Aloha, gang! It is Wednesday, hump day. Time to get through the rest of your work week, and we are almost there. Let me give the dogs something nice and hey, Pia, Pia. You know how Pia. Yeah, and Cassie just barks at them. That's all she does. Okay, it's like she doesn't want the treat. She wants to bark at the other dog. She's also in heat. I just discovered. It's going to be fun. So, anyhow, here we go. We got another Wednesday ahead of us. Had fun earlier. Sleuth was live on two other cases earlier today. So that was really older case. It's been a while since I'd even thought about it. So it's like bringing them all back into your head and all. So, but we are going to do some. Oh, we got people over in Facebook too. Yay! Thank you for those giving thumbs up in Facebook also. Let me go ahead and bring Sleuth Mom up and we'll start saying hi to people as they pop in. I love that, Sleuth. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing good. How are you, Lokamai?
I'm good. I'm good. It is Wednesday. It's the holidays. It's cold. Well, okay, yeah. I just told you what the weather was here. And yes, I'm wearing a, yeah, okay. What can I say?
Cold.
It's,
Every time. It was like 26, I think, here today. You're complaining about 70 or 80?
yeah,
It's okay though.
80. Yeah. We're 80, but we have a first, we call them Kona lows, and they have really bad thunder. Basically, all of the humid air from down south is pulled straight up on the state. So it has been raining nonstop for about a day. And according to this, we have about 4 more days of this to go. So, but I left my air conditioner on last night. And when I woke up, it was like 74, which is freezing for us. So, yeah, I've got this on. But I can wear my Christmas stuff. How often do you get to wear your Christmas stuff? I love it. Do you have Christmas clothes that you like to wear, pull out at this time?
I just got a new Christmas shirt off of Temu. Actually, I should have put it
Email!
on. I should have.
You should
Uh,
have. You should have. So true. And what about you guys in chat? As we come by and say hello to all you guys, let us know what you get and pull out. Okay, do you have certain sweatshirts? Do you do the ugly sweater type thing? Should have known. Should have known. Only Tim would sit there and say, Christmas is lame. Halloween rules. They all rule. What can I say? So I love this time of year. This time of year is the best. So yeah, bah humbug. Pull out the tomatoes. Okay, we can take care of that in just a couple things. Yes, Cassie, you can have a treat. There you go. So let's see, who do we have other than the Grinch known as Tim in chat? Who else do we have here? We have Sleuth Mom, who's here. Okay, in the bushes. Hey, girl, how you doing, my dear? Let's see who else. Tim is here. Cindy. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? I got a Cindy in chat. Another Cindy. Hey, I'm a Cindy too. So what can I say? And let's see. So that's who we got right now. Those of you guys hanging out, I know there's a lot going on in YouTube land right now. A hell of a lot going on in YouTube land. So we're going to give it a little bit of time for people to kind of work their way in here.
Absolutely. And if you're watching
Yeah.
on the replay, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, like the post. And if you are catching this on my channel and you wonder, why is this live only like 7 minutes long or whatever, come over to Look My Life. I do have her channel pinned in the link there. This live is going to be done primarily over there. I wanted to bring some of you guys over to see this important case because Michelle Arnold has been missing for far too long. Her family is wondering where in the world she is. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance are suspicious to say the least. You know, I don't want to point any fingers or do anything like that. We're not going to go into all of that right now, but there is some questions behind what exactly happened to her, where she could possibly be. This is not something that is in her character, nor is it something that she can medically survive being out there without her medications and things like that. Locumi did an amazing live about this on Monday. We are covering this again tonight as our partner live that we do weekly, and
Thank you.
we're going to be over on Locumi's channel. So come on over, Petunia. Come over, B Tim, and show Locumi some support and some love over here as she covers these amazing cases.
Thank you, Miss Sleuth. You're awesome. When it comes to these, well, this is what it comes. We've been talking about this all day. It's all about all of us coming together and sharing out a story. No story should be reported on once and then just disappear, because I guarantee you, for that family, that case has not just disappeared. And this one, yes, there's we're gonna actually go through and we're gonna play this morning's press conference and all. But my gut is saying there could very well be foul play involved. I think even the family. I have been talking with her sister, who you are going to meet in the press conference, and there's a lot going on with this. And this young woman needs to be brought home to her family. Okay, none of them have had an easy life, and they should not have to be fighting during this time of their life either. And also, but Petunia, hello, Miss Petunia, and Lee is over there. Hey, Lee, you working on crafting? I just got myself in a whole order of Mod Podge dishwasher safe, so I'm happy about that. My Black Friday is coming together, so. But
Absolutely. I'm going to
yeah,
go ahead and shut down my live,
okay.
guys. Like I said, everybody who's watching over there, come over to Locumi and join us over here. I'd love you and appreciate you for doing that. Okay, bye everyone on my channel.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. And thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming over here for this story. And hopefully, we can share ideas. One of the things we've been doing on my Discord is also what are some suggestions? And think this through while we're doing this live. Sleuth, you're going to have to come back in. Just FYI, because we lost Sleuth. When she closed that down, she will have to come back in. But I'm pretty sure she knows that. And so what we've been doing while we wait on her to come back in is we've been trying to come up with ideas for families on how to keep their loved ones in the media spotlight. And right here, Michelle's been missing for over a month. The big concern we have in this case is this is a young woman, 23 years old, and has type 1 diabetes. We covered that on Monday. We talked about how serious that is and what that could potentially mean for here. Here is Sleuth. Hey, Sleuth. We figured out what happens when you close. How are you, my dear?
It's actually still running live. I can't actually figure out how to end it. That's what I was
Oh,
trying to do. So I don't
wonder
know if that's going to be
if,
a thing.
let's see. I don't know. We'll have to figure out. I can remove. You want me to try to remove that and see what happens?
Yeah,
Okay,
let
let's
me
try.
see.
Okay, I am removing that
Okay,
and
yep, that did
saving.
it. Great.
That did it. Okay, and
Okay, fantastic. And
hopefully
you're still
I'm
live,
still
so we're good.
live.
You are.
And
Okay. Sorry, guys. This is
so
trial and error right now.
yes.
Figuring
Okay,
stuff
so I
out as
have
we're
to click
going.
X. StreamYard's getting much more involved, things that we can do. And it's really nice, but trying them out for the first time is also scary as all get out. So, but so it worked. We're good. So, yeah, so we're trying to come up with ideas. Who is it we can talk to? What are other streamers out there that are willing to show a poster? Okay, to get the name out. Are there is a Facebook group a good idea? Those are the types of things we're trying to share with family members so that they can make sure that their loved one is not just in the public eye for a week and then disappears, even though they're fighting this day in, day out. And so let me ask those of you, and I know it's going to take a few minutes for people to kind of migrate over here. But for those of you in chat, okay, I think most of you guys were here on Friday and were able to listen in to what we were talking about on Friday. Monday. Um, Michelle, actually, we'll give everyone a little bit of chance to get over here. Michelle went missing. Actually, notes up, and Michelle went missing at the end of October, actually before Halloween. So October 26th, I think it was, if I remember right. And what we know right now, okay, before going into this press conference, is this young woman lives with her, okay, sister. Her sister and her sister's parents adopted, okay, Michelle when she was an infant. And her sister, Ebony, who you are going to get to meet in a few minutes, actually learned how to become a mom by taking care of Michelle. Any of you guys who've been a big sister like that or a big brother like that, you learn all those skills. And that's why, yes, Michelle is her sister, but it's almost like she's her own child in a way. I mean, that relationship, it's not an adoption, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than any of those types of relationships. And so when she went missing, the two of them were living together. She is type 1 diabetic, uses an insulin pump, and without the insulin, she's in trouble. And she will not survive. And we all know how expensive insulin is without, okay, insurance and all that. We do find out a little bit more. She came over with her cousin, actually, girlfriend of her cousin, brought some groceries by and dropped them off. Next thing they knew, she's being reported missing. A welfare check is called in. No answer. When they go in, lights are on. Okay. The groceries that had been brought over are still sitting out unpacked. And on top of that, a game is playing, a video game on the computer, and it's paused. So a lot of red flags. Beyond there, there's been some video found where she's seen leaving the house with her girlfriend. Girlfriend does come back later, but she does not. A lot of other things happening on with that. So, anything else you wanted to add on that before we start watching the press conference?
No, ma'am, I think you hit the nail on the head with a lot of it. Just a lot of different things going on.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Hello, Lioness. How you doing, my dear? And so let's see. Let me bring this up. And this press conference actually occurred this morning, and I really, guys, this came through the Cleveland Missing. For those of you who follow Missing, you know how much hard work that they put together, and just truly being advocates in an area that has a lot of missing people and a lot of crime going on. They're there all the time. And so they did this morning. So I think I have subtitles. Yep, I do have those. So where I'm starting it is with all of everyone telling the press what their name is. That way you guys can get a better inkling of who is who and how they connect. Now, just so you know, when you see her mother here, that is her biological mother. Her adopted parents actually passed away. Mom passed away years ago, and father passed away fairly recently. Okay, in the last year or so. So, hey, Roberta, how you doing, my dear? I did post, by the way, an update on last week's case on Robert. So hopefully you'll be able to see that because they are looking for the woman who is connected with his death, by the way. So, okay, let's get this going. Let me pull this up. And here we go.
Installing it for us and the relationships with Michelle. Also, thank you guys for sending the notes.
Michelle White,
A little
MICHELLOE,
echo here, guys. Hopefully we're okay with this.
WHITE, and Michelle is my sister.
And my name is Ebony Arnold, EBONYARNOLD, and I'm Michelle's sister as well.
Lois Jester, that's LOISJESTER, and I'm a maternal mom.
Robert Winston, ROBERT WINSTON, and Michelle's father.
Can you guys talk to us just about the last time that you were with this one person? I'm sorry.
My name is Janez Vines.
Gonna stop for a second. Yeah, Sleuth Mom brought it up.
Do you want me?
How's it sound with you guys?
I was gonna say, do
Is
you
it
want me to pull it over here and then I can sound boost it a little bit?
that you can do if you want to do that? Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
You need the link or you still have
No,
it?
I can.
Okay,
I had it up
perfect.
just in case things happened. So
Just in case my power went out, things like that. And yeah, so as you guys are seeing this right now, yeah, there's definitely a lot of, you can tell they're in an empty room and stuff like that. But let me actually come over here. Let me stop sharing this so I can share the other. You can barely hear, but you have a marching band in your ear. Oh my God, that doesn't help. I'm happy we're using this one and not the Facebook one, because the Facebook one was even lower and no
Right.
subtitles. Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
crazy.
Oh, yeah, let me turn on that too.
Okay.
All
Aha.
right.
I live off of subtitles, so. Okay, and
Mhm.
guys, for the chat, stop us. If there's anything you want to discuss at any time, let us know. Okay. Okay, go for it, my dear.
Nezvines, and I am a close family friend.
My name is Keith Winston. It's KeithWinston. I'm an uncle.
Can you guys
Is
just
that
kind of
better,
start
guys?
off, when the last time did you see Michelle?
The last time that I physically saw her was on a video footage. She was leaving her girlfriend's house in Banbury Court. She was leaving out. She was coming to get some of her things. The young lady walked behind her, and they went off camera. The young lady came back by herself, and that's the last time that I physically saw her.
What date was that?
That was on the 28th, I believe.
And so when did you guys?
Well, no, I'm sorry. It was the 26th.
26. So when did you guys kind of get with like, okay, something is wrong? How many days after until you went to police and reported it?
We got a call from Maple Heights Police Department. My brother Alan, he got a call and stated that there was a welfare check put on her, and that was by the girlfriend's cousin, which is strange to me as well. The girlfriend's cousin did a welfare check because Shell texted her and said that she loves her. So that's why she did the welfare check in Maple Heights. And Maple Heights called us to be able to enter the home, which we gave them, authority to do or whatever, but they didn't. So we went over and checked ourselves. But that's how we got wind of, something was wrong.
The girlfriend's cousin.
You can set the flyers down in the front.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
do we look at you guys and
Yeah, just look at it,
Okay.
in the conversation, so look wherever,
Okay.
and that works. But the girlfriend's cousin, explain that to me, who's the girlfriend?
The girlfriend, her name is Etasia Hogan. The cousin's name is Imani Johnson. And Imani basically explained to me that her and Shell was really close, and that's how she met her girlfriend or whatever. But it's just like a lot of back and forth with that, a lot of just miscommunication, a lot of lies, because Imani told me she didn't deal with her cousin anymore because of what she did to my sister. But when I'm talking to other people and other people are calling me, they're telling me they're thick as thieves. So it's kind of just like a lot of lying going on and just,
Would you suggest, and this is one of those tough questions, but do you think Michelle just maybe needed a break and went off, or you think it's foul play?
I definitely think it's foul play. I'm trying to stay positive, but I definitely think it's foul play because at the end of the day, she had $1.34 to her name when she left. Janez is the one that dropped her off. She called her to get groceries. She didn't even have money for food. Janez went and brought her food.
Not only that,
Can we pause for a second?
just who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She.
Yeah, that's one of the areas that when talking with family and reading things, you see quite often in this case is that she was actually stated as sweet, humble, okay, meek, laid back, but the one comment over and over is she was dependent. Okay, and I think that happens when you've got this healthcare side. When you live your life, okay, she was diagnosed, I think at 9, I think they said 9 or 13, one of those two ages. And you become very dependent on other people. And she literally had $1.34 to her name. That's why family are popping up saying, okay, yeah, we'll help cover. Okay, we'll go get groceries. We'll bring groceries over. We'll do whatever, because they know those groceries are the lifeline for her. Because if she doesn't eat, her insulin gets affected by that. So I did want to bring that up. There's definitely a very close family and friendship tie here. And also, Sleuth, any thoughts on that, or go ahead and hit play again?
I agree though. Like, I mean, how is she gonna disappear with no money? You know what I mean? And
True.
and we say this a lot, trust the family. If the family is sitting here saying, my daughter, my sister, my loved one did not just up and disappear. This is out of their character. Who are we to say, well, they probably just ran off. Obviously, they know her. They know that she did not do that. And so that's why it's so important that we get this out there as much as we possibly can and share, share, share. And really, that's what they're trying to do. They need people to talk about this story. They need people to watch this.
Yeah. No, true. And that's it. Yeah, exactly. In the bushes. There's something to this as much as all of us are sitting here trying to, and hope is always there. We will say that every single day, but there's also a feeling here. And whether it is either direction, her story needs to be told because an answer is out there one way or another. And she deserves that answer, and her family deserve that answer. So, yeah, thank you.
He would never go this long without speaking to anybody.
Especially on holidays.
Never.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know,
She coming to get her plate.
it just wouldn't happen. And then for her phone to be disconnected literally days after, this, not sure if that was when her phone was billed, or when her phone bill was due or not, or if it was turned off, I don't know, but that's just not something that she would do. She's had that number for years.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't be without a phone.
And then also we're gonna speak about her, type 1
Yes, ma'am.
diabetes, there's no way she would go this amount of time
She needs that to
without
live.
medication,
Yeah.
or even being in contact with a pharmacy or a physician, you understand what I'm saying?
You said this your family friend, I believe.
Jeanette.
Jeanette, you said you dropped off groceries to her?
Yes, so, I work really close to the house in Maple, and she knows my work schedule. I've been seeing her very regularly. She was helping me get my daughter transportation back and forth to school. So she texted me, I get off work at 6:30. She texted me like 6:30 and asked me if I had a couple of extra bottles of water in my trunk. And so I said, yeah. And I asked her if she needed a case. And she said, yes. I told her I was going to stop at the store and I would bring her a case. I'd be there in 15 minutes. This was Thursday the 26th. I went to the store, I got her a case of water. I've known her since she was 13. So when I looked at her, I don't know, something just, and I asked her, I said, what you eat today? And she's like, she didn't eat anything. And I said, why? I said, is it because, she said, because there's nothing in there. I said, is it nothing that you want to eat or is there physically nothing in there to eat? And she said, it was nothing in there. I said, okay, get in the car. I'm gonna take you to the store. We're gonna go get you a couple of groceries. So I took her to the store and she got her groceries. When we pulled back up, she was coming to get them out the car and she said, can you take me around there so I can grab my stuff? And I knew what she was talking about. She was speaking about her girlfriend's house in Danbury. And I said, I thought that I picked you up with your stuff last week. I said, I thought you got all your stuff. And she said, no, it's some more stuff over there. And I said, okay. She knew I had to get back to get my daughter, pick my daughter up. She said, you can just drop me off and I'll get a ride back. And so I know how relationships go. I didn't press the issue. I'm just like, okay. So we pulled up, we sat in the car and talked for maybe when we were in the parking lot in Danbury for about 5 minutes. She got out the car. I always watch her till I can't see anymore from where the walkway is from the parking lot. Once she was out of sight, I pulled off. I left, and then it was the next day I texted her because she was supposed to be coming to my job to put in an application, and then I told her about my mom's job, and I said, you were supposed to come up here. I told somebody else, and they got hired. And she's like, oh, at your job? And I'm like, yeah, we still got open. And she's like, okay, I'm doing them on Friday. And that was it. And I had been texting her, calling her, and I'm just like, Shell, please respond. Please say something. And just nothing. It's just been nothing.
And that was the 27th, that you were texting? So you
Yes.
were the last person to see her with this group.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels terrible because I just keep saying like I should have told her to just get her stuff and I would drop her off. And And I feel so bad. I feel so guilty. And it's just like, it's so awful. And like I said, she had been like we had been together so much over the last 2 months that I know she would not respond to my calls or my texts. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just keep thinking, what did I drop her off to? What did I drop her? What situation did she walk into or walk away from? And like Ebony was saying, we were together watching the videos from the Ring camera, and we see her walking away, and we see her girlfriend following her. But then we see the girlfriend come back, and we don't see Shell come back. But then there's, stories out there, Shell did go back, and you just couldn't see her because she came from the back entry. And it's just, everything is it's just a mystery. It's just like.
I want to pause for a second.
What do you guys know about her relationship with Mrs. Crow?
So not sure. Did she have money or her parents seal? She did not. She had a total of $1.34 to her name, and that was it. That's why her cousin's girlfriend, the lady we were just hearing from, actually went and bought groceries for her.
And both of her parents are actually deceased, her adoptive
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, her adopted. She was adopted as an infant. So the girl in the middle that you see with the long hair, that's Ebony. Ebony basically was her big sister. I mean, almost 11, 12-year age difference between the two of them. So she really was their kind of big sister. And yeah, both her adopted mom and dad passed away. Her biological parents you see over there on my right. I don't know if it's your guys' right, but my right. But one of the things that came about, and this is one of the things, I'll be honest, frustrates me that, and maybe the police knew this. We don't know. We don't know. Police have to hold certain things close to the vest. It's part of building a case. We know how important that is. But in this case, family, Ebony and the rest of the family were canvassing the neighborhood and ran into people in the neighborhood who had Ring cameras. And we know how important, that's the first thing you ask for. Where are the Ring camera footage? Okay, we just solved a crime last week based off of Ring coverage. So they sat down in a house with family just watching footage until they saw actually Michelle and her girlfriend coming out of the apartment with the belongings that she was picking up in her arms. And when the girlfriend came back, there was no Michelle. It was just the girlfriend. Now, from what we just heard there, in case people didn't hear it, the girlfriend is saying, oh no, she came around to the other entry. And she could have. We don't know. Kind of weird. Why would one enter from one from the other? Yeah,
Right.
Seal, that's one thing that has gotten me to now. I don't know if they truly were or were they knockoffs. I don't know about you guys on the mainland, but I can wear certain bags and look like, and they pass
Right.
just for that. So I'm not sure on that level. They do not have money. Though.
Timu
At
has
least she
really good
doesn't.
knockoffs of different
Don't they though?
famous shoes and stuff like that too.
Don't
So
they though?
just because they
Yeah.
look like, I mean, they may very well have been though. I mean, we
They could
just don't
be.
know
Yeah.
if they are or not for sure.
No, totally true. Totally true. So, okay, we can go. By the way, thanks for pulling that poster up. Thank
Oh
you
yeah,
so
no
much.
problem. I was like
Yeah.
thinking,
Had to fit it
so
in.
anybody who, right. Well, and if anybody who maybe didn't see your live the other day and
Yeah.
might not know exactly who we're looking for. I know you have her picture up in the top corner, but this way
Mhm.
her name and stuff is showing as well.
Smart.
Because not everybody reads titles, I
Everybody's
found out.
no, do they? They don't.
My thing with this is, you know, your family, I feel like there's a gut feeling here. They know the
Do
dynamic
know.
of the relationship between her girlfriend and her
Yeah.
before all of this took place. You know, if it was a volatile relationship or if there was different stressors or different cues that said that there may have been abusive or the potential for abusive type things, they're going to know that. I'm curious the time lapse between when she left and when she
That
came
I'd like
back.
to know.
And I
I'd
wish
agree.
that I think that one of the things that would help jumpstart this case, As far as internet sleuths go, if they want this to spiral, and I'm saying this as an if, and I don't know if they're watching or not, there is a good side of true crime and there's an ugly side.
That's
Now
it.
the ugly side is going to get a lot more press and it'll get a lot
Mhm.
of attention, but it'll also bring scrutiny of every person surrounding
Yep.
this. So they will
True.
dig into every person's life that has ever touched near Michelle's. So please keep that in mind whenever I say this. But should they release that ring camera footage, that's going to give people something to start to dig into and to analyze and to sleuth. I have watched 10-second ring camera footage be slowed down, twisted, and everything else, zoomed in on every aspect. They will do that with this ring camera footage and it'll
Right.
help your press jumpstart. But it might not necessarily be, what exactly this family is looking for.
Right.
You want her name out there everywhere, something that like that will start to get that to happen,
Right.
but it also
Yeah.
will turn your lives upside down. So that's just kind of my heed this warning. But if you really are getting desperate for attention from the media and for people to jump on board, releasing things like that may help. So,
Make a big
sorry.
difference.
You don't have to
Yeah, I
say this.
know.
It's just to kind of
No,
put
and
that
that's
out
a good thing.
there. Mhm.
That's when I've talked with her myself. I told her about we've got not only the true crime enthusiasts that will dig, 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 dig. You also, the bigger it gets online, the more of the loonies you get who will
Yes.
literally call up and say,
Everybody.
"Hey, I have your
Conspiracy
loved one in
theorists.
my basement."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And that's not good either. So, and I do know, and this is where I give Cleveland Missing such a huge, okay, applause, is they are there for the families and they've already told the family, be aware. The more you
Right.
do things, the more that comes. First poster had family members' phone numbers on it. And they're like, you know what? It's probably not the smartest thing to do.
Oh, I'm glad that they
Okay.
did that for them because
Yeah.
normally you don't see that. These families go out and they try to do it on their own and
Yeah.
it does spiral. And I'm just going to say, you know, that's good to hear that Cleveland did something
Hmm.
good because I know that they have had a ton of negative press and stuff like that. And I know that there's some concern from people who know a little
Right.
bit more about the Cleveland area that
Yeah.
that was something that could have been here. But it does seem like, I mean, with them holding this press conference for the family or putting this
Yeah.
on for them, that they are attempting to help.
Yeah.
I just wish that we would hear from them themselves. You know what I mean? I wish
That's
that the
my issue.
police would put
Yeah.
out some type of press conference to say, hey, this is not just some girl who wandered off or who went out to live her best life.
Right.
Something to indicate that there is facts that need to be found in this case because I truly believe that that's a situation that we could be looking at.
Yeah. And I think one thing they're working with, I'm noticing the Cleveland, it's actually Cleveland, oh come on, what's the actual full name of it? Cleveland Family Center for Missing and Children Adults, who set up this press conference. And one thing I've noticed with them, their board includes all of the different areas that need to. Their board president is chief of police of the village of Newborough Heights in Cleveland. Okay, their board secretary is more economics. They've got a person who is a law enforcement liaison. Okay, they've got all these positions. They know
So a
what they're
lot of
doing.
involvement.
Oh yeah, they've got the Michelle Sorrell, who is the director of the SANE program for the Cleveland Clinic Foundation. They really are setting, so this group is really trying to take this on their own and be there for their website, clevelandmissing.org, is really impressive, guys. It's something that I'd like to see more people do.
Hmm.
And hopefully they can take and make a dent in this. Now, the question that did get brought up, Lioness, you pulled it up. Okay, having a Truth Social channel. I don't know if you're meaning also kind of like the Facebook groups. I've actually suggested that to them. There's two types. I said, and I myself, I think families should make that decision. At some point,
Right.
public will make a decision no matter what. But I said there's two types. There's the family type where families put together and it's more about organizing for search efforts.
Right.
Then you get the one where people run off and start doing, and that's when things will take off. And but
It's sad though
sleuthing you
that
and
you even
me.
get to this situation where we are now trying to help families navigate the appropriate amount of crazy to let into their cases to get attention. Like, I
Yeah.
wish that we could just get people to care about just the missing. We have tried. Other channels like us have tried to make people care about the
Yeah.
missing just for the missing.
Yep. Yep.
Sadly, as you see, it hasn't come full circle, I guess.
No.
And so
No.
now we get to the point where it's like, okay, how much crazy do we add in while still remaining respectful and
Yep.
uh, and helping these people get their story told?
Yep. And that's exactly what you and I've been talking about. I mean, I came on, you came on. It's like, well, if we tell it as a story rather than a short, will that make the difference? So no, it doesn't. People, we've got to pull both these. Seal, do the police think she left on her own? Right now, they've come out and asked the police point blank, do you think foul play
Tristan,
is involved?
what?
What's Tristan's?
Go check on the dog, please.
Oh,
Uh-oh. They are like going crazy over here. Sorry.
let me know if you need to leave or something like that. So, but yeah, no, they asked the police, and the police response was they have not ruled out foul play. My suspicion is they think there's much more involved in this. The problem is, it's like every case, even the case in Texas from last week. They get to a point where the police hold on to information. So the question becomes, and they need to. But then the family's left thinking, is something still being done? Or are
That
they,
we
and they're
could
holding on to
just
stuff?
get people to
Or what? Sorry, go for it. Sorry.
respectful and
Yep,
uh and helping these people get their story told.
that's it. That's what we got to do, and see what we can do on keeping it out there. So sorry, but yeah, I wanted people kind of get an idea, because this family, when I listened to her tell her story and breaking apart, knowing that she was trying to help Michelle with food, she was trying to bring food in so that her friend could eat and keep her blood sugar levels stable. And she had to make the decision at some point that, I got kids I got to go pick up, I got my own life I got to do. And now she's left wondering, what if I had the what ifs pop up? And they shouldn't have to be dealing with these what ifs. And if we can help out, get the story out, that's what it's about. Anyhow, let's go on. I think unless she's going and checking the dog, she may be up. There we go.
Girlfriend or ex-girlfriend.
I never heard about her. I
Me
never
either,
knew her.
neither have I. Actually, this is probably one of the ones that we never really ever got a chance to meet.
Any other girlfriend that she
The
has,
rest
we
of them
know
we got
about.
a chance to meet.
We got a chance to meet.
This one here, doesn't matter.
This
I
one.
spoke with the young lady over the phone. She seemed a little shy and not as talkative, But that's all I can get out of her. She didn't share how much of a relation, how in-depth their relationship
Well, I got
was.
that out of her first, that she was very shy and quiet and nice and all of that, but it turned into something else. Like, she just became threatening and just saying a lot of weird stuff, and so she's just is not as innocent as she appears to be. She's done threatened me. She done threatened my kids to come up to my job, and it's just very strange. Just telling us to get ready for a funeral and all of it. So she's not as what she seems to be. Like, I just want to put that out there.
So obviously, us as reporters would have to follow with the police department for this. But have police talked to the girlfriend and that cousin?
Mhm.
Are they even in the equation? Or
Yeah.
you're kind of looking outside of them?
Let's just say this, they're being talked to. Yeah.
You said that you could tell when you saw her last, she was all, talk to me about some of her mannerisms. What did you notice when you saw her that was a little bit different?
I don't know. I look at it like, I like to think it's my mom instinct. I'm a mother. You can just, when you're around somebody so much, the fact that she called and asked for water, and it's like, why do you only want water? It's just like, it was red flags. Why do you only want water? What else do you need? And I got on her butt, and I said, you don't have anything in there? I said, now you know better. You know that you're supposed to at least have some ramen in the house if you don't have nothing else. And she said, I did have stuff, but I took it all to her house. And I said, so you took everything you had to somebody else's house and left nothing for you? And so it was kind of a, I don't want to say scolding, just a being real. Like we don't give so much and we have nothing left for us.
That's what she does.
But that's what she
She's
is.
helpful like
She
that.
helpful.
She
Yeah.
helps everyone.
Everyone. Yeah. She'll give the coat off her back, the shoes off her feet.
Interrupt us anymore.
Sir, I was just gonna say, you talked about mother's instinct. You got brought up. Parents know their children best. In your gut, I'm sure you play everything over a million times. What does your gut tell both of you? Where your daughters are?
Well, my gut tells me, hopefully she's somewhere safe and everything comes out okay.
Mhm.
But it's been over 30 days now, and that's not good. And all I have to say about that is, I could tell this to my daughter, Michelle, you see this, I want you to please come home, because we all love you.
We all love
And
you.
she with open arms.
Mommy is too.
We all
We're
here,
all
open
here.
arms.
We're all here.
I don't know what happened. I don't know the case, but I'm here for you, and everyone is.
We here for you.
We all love you, and we need you here.
We need
The
you home.
holidays are here, and we need
We
you.
need you
back.
home, no matter
We
what. We
love
love you. We love you.
What happened, we don't know, but we
don't
will
know.
get to the bottom of it.
Right.
And we
just want
always
you to
got
come
your
home.
back.
If you see this,
Mhm.
please.
Please come home.
Please come home. We
Most
got
of
your
all-
back.
Most of
We
all,
got
we're
your
not
back.
gonna stop.
And we're not
We're
gonna
not
stop.
gonna stop.
It ain't gonna stop.
Looking.
Never.
Ain't no stopping. We love you. Come home. No matter what. We family, what we've been through, we love you. Please come
Please
home.
come home.
Please.
Please,
Please.
Shelly, come on.
Please. Fight. Come home.
Just come
Be
on.
Right.
strong, baby.
And be strong. We
whatever.
love you.
Be strong and come home.
My other question, because again, parent knows the child best. All we see is her name, her picture. That's all we have. Mom and Dad, if you guys could talk about who your daughter is as a human being, so that we can get more than just the picture.
Very loving person. She does everything for everyone else, it seems like, but herself.
Mhm.
And this is the thing I'm getting, that she didn't have anything in her house,
Yeah.
but she does everything, and she knows she can call me as a dad anytime. And we don't see each other that much, but she knows I love her, and she can call me anytime for anything.
Right.
And I never turned her down for nothing.
Nothing.
So with that said, she's just a loving person, man. She does everything. I say, well, why are you doing this for that person? And you barely can take care of yourself. That's the question I posed to her. She said, well, Dad, I don't know. It's just in me. That's what I do.
Mhm.
I said, but you have to take care of yourself, sweetie. You are number one. And then you can take care of someone else. But if you can't take care of you, you can't take care of no one. So please, if you see this, Michelle, I need you to come home, baby.
Call somebody, text
Call
somebody,
let
anybody.
somebody know.
Your
She's
mom,
a
your
very loving
dad,
person.
Dada,
She
Kenny,
does
B,
everything
Janice,
for
call
everybody.
somebody.
I
Please.
believe she get a lot of that character from me. And I fall short all the time because I'm always doing and looking out for somebody else other than myself. It's a pro and a con to it, you know what I'm saying? You feel warm and you feel happy when you can do for others, but then you're like, okay, here goes me. Oh my gut feeling, I believe she's still here with us.
I feel that too.
I really believe that.
I
I
do.
need you to come home, Shelly. We need you to come home, sweetheart. We need
Your
you to come
nieces,
home.
your nephew miss you, Grayson and
You got
Nevaeh, they
nieces,
cry every
nephews.
night. They need you to come home. We need you to come home, Shell.
Can we talk about the dynamics of where Michelle lives versus the girlfriend?
Michelle, she lives in Maple Heights.
What apartment?
No, it's not an apartment
No,
complex.
she
It's a
lives in a
house.
house.
It's a house on Donnybrook in Maple Heights. It's like the last street before Bedford, right by Rockside. She stays in Maple Heights. The girlfriend stays over in Banbury, so it's probably like a 5-minute or so drive.
Okay, so I was asking because you mentioned you took her over.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense.
How often would you guys see Michelle before this? Like once a week, once every 2 weeks? How often would you guys hear from her or see her before this happened?
Well, I just spoke with her the week before.
Mhm.
And we had made plans for her to come back that following weekend. I had car trouble. She said, well, don't worry about it. I'll get it way down there. And said she'll call me.
So we talk like, I want to say, probably we text at least once a week at the very least. You know, I'll just randomly text her, or she'll just randomly text me.
Yeah.
And then with me, like we would like really talk constantly. Like we had just had a vacation like a year or two ago. We went to Miami, so we would constantly talk or whatever. But we had like a little falling out for a couple of months, and then we hadn't talked until then this happened. But it would be a regular talking. Can I come over? Can I hang out? You gotta play for me because I cook a lot, you know. So yeah, it would be constant. She's going to talk to somebody. She's going to speak with somebody. I have all of her friends, people from the past that I haven't even seen her around in years that's calling me, texting me, praying. Have you heard anything? Like, I mean, she's contacted nobody.
Sleuth, can you pause
She
for a
texts
second?
me, not that often.
In the bushes, it hit the news one other time right after she went missing. Of course it hit because what is making the difference between her and so many others is the fact that she is insulin dependent. Okay, diabetes, type 1 diabetes. About 2 weeks later, it is when it really seemed to hit the news, and then it's gone quiet again. Luckily, Cleveland Missing went and did this press conference. Otherwise, it would still be quiet. And that's why we need people to actually start covering the case, okay, and start sharing out the poster, because that's the only way that, to be honest, answers come. Otherwise, they get put off and stuff like that. Or people are busy. The police are so freaking busy. And all that they need the extra help, number one. Okay, they need the support. And you know what? We can help that by just getting the word out so that they don't have to do that job themselves. And they need to find her. They need to find her one way or another. No matter which direction it is, whether she's still with us or not, she needs to be found. And so plain and simple. So sorry, I just wanted to say that. You can go back and play again.
But she texts her pops and she said, Dad, how you doing? And I love you. And I repeated back, and I love you also. And the last time she texted me, she said, I'm going to try to get a ride to come see you. I said, you don't have to get a ride to come see me. I said, because I'm okay. As long as you're okay, then that's all you need. For each other to be okay. And so you don't have to struggle to try to get a ride to come see Dad. I'm here and I feel okay and I'm safe. And I just need you to be safe yourself. And that's the last text that I got from my
We were texting the day before, and it was so crazy because she just randomly texted me like, well, what are you doing? And what she always does, you know, just what you doing? And sometimes it's, what you doing? Let's go do this, let's go. I'm like, girl, I ain't got no money right now. I didn't ask you that, you know, but her last text to me, it was on we had been texting all that week, but our last conversation was in between the 23rd and the 25th, and we were talking about, she was saying that she was bored, you know, and I'm like, why are you bored? You know, what you doing bored? I said, well, I'm at work. You know, I said, well, you know, we just moved, so you can go to the house and go unpack some stuff for me, you know? And she said, well, I'm not driving. I'm like, oh, no, I'm like, that sucks. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, you know what? I'm going to go get my sister this weekend. Have her come over to my house and help.
The Ring camera is the only video you saw of your daughter. Have you canvassed the neighborhood to see any other?
We canvassed the neighborhood. We passed out flyers. We walked all the way through Banbury, all up and down Maple. Me and her sat 2 hours on Banbury and watched the footage. And like the young lady said, that my sister came back, but there's no footage of her coming back. So we've seen that footage, and I watched it all the way up until I literally walked up to these people's door, never seen my sister again. We also have neighbors in Maple Heights, and I've sat 2 hours at their house and watched video footage. And
I didn't know if any businesses nearby had security.
You want to pause for a
that's
second,
what
my
the
dear?
police were trying to get them on to do or whatever like that. They're like dragging their feet a little bit because that's what I'm not understanding. With it was a black car in the yard that they're trying to identify. It's a lot of businesses. It's right off of Warrenton Center Road.
Sleuth. Okay, thank you. And BC, you've been following this case also. Sleuth, you have also. So if you guys have any other ideas on this, let me know. From my understanding, she ended up over there. She had asked the lady you're seeing in the background right there if she could actually get a ride over to the house. Okay, if I'm getting this right. And she was dropped off at the house. They went and brought groceries over and all. She was going to pick up. She just wanted to pick up some of her belongings. The lady behind her had said, "Didn't you do that last week?" And she's like, "Oh, but I got a couple more things over there." And she's like, "Well, I can drop you off there, but I can't wait. I got to take my kids home to school." Oh, okay, they've got school. And so she dropped her there with the groceries and all that. She never called. Okay, from what I'm getting right now, and BC and Sleuth, if you've heard anything differently, let me know. But she never called to have anyone pick her up. She was there. Everyone expected she was going to have someone call and pick her up. What ended up happening instead, there's video of her and her girlfriend behind her, okay, with, okay, some belongings, walking out of the house. Girlfriend, and I'm not sure how much time in between there, but the girlfriend goes back in and says that Michelle went back in through the back door. Okay, because she's not on the camera coming back in. And after that, the girlfriend's cousin called police asking for a wellness check. She said that, "Oh, well, Michelle and I are friends." And she texted me saying, "I love you. And I'm now worried. Can you please go do a wellness check?" And that's when the police went in and checked and could not find her and noticed the phone, the lights on, the groceries had not been unpacked yet, the video game on pause, all that. So, yeah, my exact response there. You guys know me. I just got to put these things in my head. Okay, we are only seeing what we are hearing right now. There may be more that the police know that we don't know. Is that kind of what you're getting from it so far, Sleuth and BC?
Yeah, I mean, I think you are right on with it. And that's the important thing too, what you said there at the end about the police. They very well could be all over this. Um, the case that I covered this afternoon, I almost said this morning, about Valerie Tyndall.
Yep. Yep.
They had executed 50 search warrants. They eventually found her remains, 17-year-old who was missing and then killed by her neighbor, it turned out. And I don't know how much of that the family was necessarily aware of prior to them actually finding her and arresting him. And so that's been since June. Um, sometimes things take time. And I think that we have gotten so used to being a 1 hour, right? Everything in our lives happens in 1 hour. These lives are 1 hour long. You watch
Right.
CSI, the cases are solved in an hour. Criminal Minds, it's an hour. And so it's hard for us to grasp that things don't happen in just 1 or 2 days whenever it comes to true crime.
I know.
Is this a situation where in reality, are they investigating? Are they digging into this? Do they know do they know what the family is saying has truth behind it? Is that why they were okay setting up this press conference? Because the
Yeah.
police can't come out and throw those type of accusations, but they certainly can let the family come out and throw accusations and then watch what the response is,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so
Sorry,
that's
I'm
that's
trying to
all
pull
things
up
that we
Google
have to think
Earth.
of. No, you're fine. I see and CL ask for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
why wouldn't the girlfriend put the groceries away? It makes no sense. I mean,
It's
well,
into,
because
and
if it
I'm not
was in
sure
her
the time
house,
frame
right?
either. Yeah.
I know. See, I wanna know how long. I wanna know how
Yeah.
long in between. But pausing a video game and stuff like that, she didn't run away and leave her
No.
video game on pause. Period.
And that's the thing, to be honest, that I get with this whole thing. Oh, wait, where did it go? After I just pulled it up, it goes and it disappears on me. Let me pull it back up real quick. Okay, here we go. So here, I don't know which apartment complex we're talking, but this is the apartment complex. So, yeah, it could be one of many different things. Ah, little Tykes is there. So it looks like there's parking. So depending on the building, yeah, it could be a lot of different things. But all the buildings look pretty much the same in theory. You've got parking in front on either side for everything. So she would be coming in from one side. I don't know where the camera is too. Is the camera on the inside courtyard area or is the camera on the parking side?
Well,
That's the
but
other question.
in reality, if the camera's on the front, I mean, I guess what it is, everybody's back ends back up to the other people's back ends. So
Right.
really, there could
Yeah.
have been a okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, what are the chances somebody else's Ring doorbell would catch her walking around? But it looks like it's all back doors on both sides.
Both sides.
Hmm.
And also, and who knows exactly where there are some over here that are even more different. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, but gives us an idea with. But yeah, and like you said, so many. Hey, PJ, how are you doing, my
Hi,
dear?
PJ.
And there are so many cases that they keep working on cases. The case, okay, from Texas, they're still working on Robert's case. They now know who most likely they've charged. Okay, they put a warrant out for the rest for someone that they think's involved. They just they can't be like us and just start pointing our fingers and doing what we do. They have to get everything tied up nice and neat. Otherwise, someone goes free in the end, if that's what's going on in this case. But yeah, you can see her going out one door and out the other. There is that possibility. And that's the thing. We don't know what really happened here. Okay, but we can look at potentials. Now some of the other stuff that I have heard, and I'm not sure if they're going to address this in here, but there's also some things where at one time, first of all, the girlfriend, from what I'm understanding, does not live in the apartment anymore. She has left the apartment. On top of that, also a group of their friends, the girlfriend and her friends, they have a whole, cliques hang together, did try to get into the house at one time, and they said it was to look for the dog. They wanted to check on the dog that lives there. Um, but they were doing it by parking further away and walking, and they were seen hiding. And there's a lot of weird things. And this family, to be honest, their mind just, when you don't
You know
have
what though?
answers, your mind runs.
Well, I wonder what
Yeah.
type of medication she was on other than the insulin, because could it have been something like that even?
Mhm.
Maybe not
Yeah.
even necessarily foul play, but maybe not us necessarily checking on the dog. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Um,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
still, I mean, the threats and stuff. Listen, I've covered so many cases where, there's threats and different things like that, and then it turns out to be where it's like it's exactly what everybody is thinking it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go back to a Alyssa Woods case. She was missing, and the family immediately was like, the boyfriend did it. And
Yeah.
then he's like going about his everyday life. He's threatening them. His mom was threatening them. Everybody was in full blown denial. Well, don't you know they found her remains on his mom's property?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's arrested in jail. And it's
Yeah.
just sometimes it is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
that's, I don't know, that's where you
Yeah.
get that fine line between speculation and rumors and things like that until
Right.
it's like, okay, well, it's kind of really hard to see it different ways.
Right.
Because
Right.
why does nothing add up? I mean, typically, even in freak situations where, maybe there was an accident or whatever, some of the
Yeah.
puzzle pieces are gonna fit together naturally. Whenever you have a
Mhm.
puzzle that nothing makes sense, that's where my issue is.
Yeah. And that's where, was she, Seals asking, was she planning on moving out? Not that any of us know about. This came out of nowhere from but the other thing we're noticing from here, they're saying none of them really knew this girlfriend, it sounds like. This was usually they knew girlfriends but didn't know much about this girlfriend. Seal, they did at the beginning of this press conference, they mentioned the girlfriend's name. I did not write it down, to be honest. So I'm going to have to go back and listen for that later. And all, but they did mention. But again, this is one of those cases where the family is having to do the press conference. And you know what? Sleuth, you may be right. Police may be like, you know what? We can't do this because you know what? They as a family have a lot more latitude as to
Right.
what they can say and what they can't say. So let's just
Absolutely.
let them go and do this stuff.
PJ's
Figure out
exactly
from there.
right. Usually it's right in front of your face, but you always search for something
For
else.
something.
I 1,000,000% would rather be completely wrong on my thoughts and feelings in this case.
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
much, much rather her have just needed a break, be avoiding her girlfriend, be with a different person who just happened to show up and she just left, not even thinking about shutting off her
Right.
PlayStation. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That 1,000 times over is
Oh
what
yeah.
I would prefer so
Yeah,
that she can be
exactly.
happy, healthy, and alive somewhere.
Somewhere. And that's what's scary. I know a lot of people have thought about, well, and this is when I hate getting into all these things, but your mind goes in all the areas. Okay, you've got trafficking is high in certain areas, things like that. But this is a woman who is sick. She's got a comorbidity going on. Okay, and it's an expensive one. When you have to have insulin to live, I mean, that stuff is not cheap. And so it's just there's so much going on here. Very little game paused, yes, Lioness, and I'm a gamer. That to me is a big thing because I don't just pause games if I don't plan on being. Now, on the other hand, was the game her game or was the game the girlfriend's game? Because maybe the girlfriend thought they'd be back real quickly or something like that. I don't know. But I can tell you there's no way I'm leaving the house with the game paused. I'm going to save so that I don't lose progress, is what I'm going to do. But without insulin, I would hope she had some with her. And from what the family says, she did not have her medicine with her. And so, but yeah, it's
I'm just
really,
thinking about pausing video games. You said that you haven't paused video games since Mario, where you couldn't save. You had to
you
play
had to,
the
yes, yes.
entire way through. Otherwise, you had to find the whistles so that you could skip back to where you were. But otherwise, you were not shutting that game off.
Oh my
That was it.
God.
But that's been
So
a
true.
long time.
It's a long time. And yeah, there are some games that you would pay a pause. But most of your, if it's a PlayStation type game or things like that, you are playing to get to, so you're going to save it. Now, maybe it was saved and then paused. I've done that before. So we don't know the full thing. I love Mario. Yeah, Mario was amazing. I actually have some Mario diamond painting stuff. If you want to go over to my store, okay, we're not going on about. Actually, I do have Mario stuff. So she went to the house, decided to play a game, then get her stuff. I hope, and I don't know, was this something where the two were thinking about breaking up? And because it sounds like she picked up a lot of her belongings the week before, but left some. So was she hoping they'd be able to get back together? A lot of different things could be happening in this. And that's the thing. The police know all of the specifics, at least. They've been able to interview. We haven't been able to interview people. Okay. I've been able to talk to some people, but not everyone involved. So yeah. And also. So up to you. If you want to hit the button, go ahead and hit the button when you're ready.
There's Taco Bell, there's Popeyes, there's Mr. Chicken, Giant Eagle, the gas station, all of that. None of that surveillance or none of that has been checked, which I'm not understanding why, because it was a black car that was just parked in the yard and it just pulled off. Also, the day that her, the welfare check that was done, there was a van sitting in the yard from 6:59 to I think 7:21 or something like that, all the way up until the police came and to Maple Heights came. Maple Heights can't even tell me who was in that vehicle at that time. So it's a lot of dragging the feet with the police at this point, because if someone did a welfare check and you pull up and there's a vehicle in the yard, Why don't we know who was in that vehicle?
You should approach that vehicle.
License
off
plate
top
number.
of
Or something.
Something.
It didn't even look on the video. It doesn't even look like Maple Heights spoke with them or anything. They just went straight to the door, nothing, and like walked off. They can't even tell us who was in that van, who was in that vehicle. They had their high beams on and they were there for over an hour. And this is footage from the neighbor's house in Maple. So it's kind of like at this point, dragging of the feet.
Wow.
What has last month?
Wow.
Horrendous, horrible, terrible,
Sleeping,
terrible.
Not eating,
Mm-hmm.
barely at work, just
Mental breakdown.
mental breakdown every day.
It's not even daily. It's almost like to the minute.
Mm-hmm.
You never know how you gonna feel.
Who gonna
You
call?
know, you
What's
never
gonna happen?
just anything. Your attitude, your mood just changes.
Mhm.
In a drop of a dime, you can, okay, today's gonna be a good day. The next thing you know, you're crying.
On the floor.
Then you're angry. Then you just go through every emotion that there is
Possible
in
to
a
go
matter
through.
of an hour. It's
Or
horrible.
minutes.
It's
honestly.
traumatizing. The dynamics of our family has changed with travel.
Yeah.
Oh, where are you at? Who are you with?
Mhm.
Let me know when you get there. Let me know. My kids don't. Oh, go outside now.
No,
Not
Go
anymore.
outside.
It's bad.
Right.
This is bad.
It's terrible.
I wouldn't
It's
wish
scary.
this on nobody.
Because
This
at
is
the
horrible.
end of the day, I just want to say that at the end of the day, this is not just someone that ran off or whatever. The girl had $1
She would never
and
do that.
34 cents to her name.
We have a couple questions over here before we wrap up.
Mhm.
Was it here? Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, we've seen a lot of missing persons cases, especially in Cleveland. Did you guys ever see yourself in this position?
Never. And I've always prayed for those that are missing, that's in a situation.
Yeah.
You never
Just
say
here
that.
this week, there's other people missing, and I'm
Yeah, and I still pray for them as well, but I've never
Pray for
seen
them,
myself
yeah,
in
but
this position.
this
Like, I'm a true
situation
crime
here-
buff. I watch it
Yes.
relentlessly, the true crime and all that, but I never thought that this would happen, ever.
Last question is more of an emotional time. During the holidays, people have lost a lot of people, they've died, but you guys are in a place where you're trying to celebrate each other, but also think like, where is Michelle?
Where is
We've
she?
already went through one holiday and Christmas is next.
Mhm.
So how are you guys planning to navigate this and move as you can?
I've canceled all my plans. And the thing was about that is, you just want to go tuck and hide, and
Right.
wait for this call about my baby.
Mhm.
But I've got the spiritual guidance and guidance from other people saying, well, you need to be around someone,
Mhm.
family, someone that loves you. If something does happen, you will be around someone that loves you.
Yeah.
And you can pull through it much better instead of being by yourself. So that's how the holidays is for me. I want to cancel everything,
Me too.
and
Me
it's just
too.
not good without my baby. I never had a holiday without my baby. So
Right.
it's bad for me.
It's just like you don't want to cook. You don't want to do nothing. Like, only reason why I just cooked this Thanksgiving, my friend came all the way up from Texas and just pulled me out of the bed. Like, you got to get up. You got kids. You got to cook. I wasn't about to cook anything. I didn't want to. I'm very festive. I love the holidays. But it's just like, I don't care. I got to find her. She on my mind.
Can you pause again real quick? I'm sorry.
Me personally, I
Nothing.
didn't do Thanksgiving, but my niece,
I just wanted to say this, and I don't know if Ebony's friend ever watches any of these things, but this is what having friends is about. When I talked with Ebony, one of the things that stuck out is we talk about how can you get the public to know about your loved ones, and that's what they were trying to figure out. And her friend literally, it probably felt like a lot of us do about missing cases. What can we do from so far away? She literally got on the phone, okay, and called a local news channel and said, this is happening right now. That day, the news channel was at the front door of the families to interview them. That's what it takes, okay? You wish it would come out in other ways, but it took that. Okay, that friend is an amazing friend. I just wanted to drop that out there because that's going being a sister forever. So anyhow, you can go back. Sorry, I just had to say that.
popped up. She was over. She's like, Auntie, I'm not gonna see her. Let you go through this. She prepared our dinner.
It's depression.
But it just wasn't the same, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if she didn't sit down with us, Mom,
Still
bring
come
my
get her
plate.
plate,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I wasn't getting that card. This past Thursday, I didn't get that card. And I just got to the point where I'm giving it to God. I know He's watching over her. But like everyone says, I don't wish this on
Nobody.
Nobody.
And I just want her
It's
to
just
just
the
know
point
that
of not having
she's
no
okay.
closure. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You just don't know. And that's
You don't
the
know, that's
bottom
the
part.
bad
You
part.
don't
And
know.
your mind can't do nothing but think the worst.
And
When you
wonder.
put together certain details and you look at the situation in itself, it's just like,
It's the not knowing.
It's the not
yeah,
It's
but
the not knowing.
your mind just automatically is like,
No,
oh,
something
okay, this
happened
is not
and they
right.
found
you
her
know?
on the street or something happened and it's gonna hurt, we're gonna cry, we know where you at though. We know it's the not knowing that is driving
It's
us
just
crazy.
It's the
Literally
not knowing.
mad. Driving us
And
mad.
then her health. You know
And
what
her
I'm
health,
saying?
her diabetes, like what? Like she was
That's-
just hospitalized 3
That
times this
really
year.
bothers me.
She was hospitalized 3 times this year for going
She
without her
has to have her
medication.
insulin. She can't
Yeah.
basically live without it. She has to have it. You understand what I'm saying?
She can't go 24 hours. She's on the pump. So she needs to refill that. She can't, like, she's went to work and was like, oh, I left my medicine at work. I'm going to be okay. And then the hospital's calling, like, her sister just went into a seizure at work because she, went a couple of hours without the medication. It's severe. It's dire. She needs it. She was diagnosed at 9 years old. She needs her insulin.
Is there anything else you guys want to say? Anything else that you guys want to say?
I just want to say,
Just
baby,
want-
come home.
Just come home,
Just come
Shell,
home.
please.
We
You are
need-
not in no
If
trouble or
anybody's
nothing.
told her or anybody knows
Just let her
anything,
go,
tell us,
please.
talk to
Talk.
her, please.
Yes,
Just
please.
come on, give us our baby back, bring her home.
Please, you
Let
are no
her come
trouble,
home.
nothing. Nobody wants Satan. You just let her come home. Just please come home. We love you, Shell.
With all of our hearts.
All of our hearts.
Please.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Really do.
If you guys want any one-on-ones, you guys just have it come in.
It breaks your heart because we can put down the phone, we can put down our YouTube, we can put down iPads and all that and go cuddle with our family when things get rough. I can't. And that's what gets me. And we can't be there to help with searches or to give them a hug or stuff like that, but we can share out. And PJ, you do an amazing job with getting those out. Sleuth does an amazing job getting the word out. Okay, BC, Seal, you guys are out there researching like crazy. It's amazing. And also, so I right now, I'm just hoping we can, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this case. I do know her family is hurting and we need to get the story out. If you have Facebook, you can check on Facebook. I have it under my personal one and my local My Cut one. Okay, just go on to Facebook. I got the posters out there. Okay, if you're here, you can do it here. If you are on Discord, you can actually download the posters on Discord if you'd like to. But let's help this family at least. We can't do a lot of things, but what we can do is share out. And also, I'm trying to get my invite real quickly for Discord real quick. And then, oh gosh, it's not doing it. Of course not. There it is. There it is. Sleuth, anything you have to add while I'm doing this?
No.
No.
Sorry.
It's getting late. It's getting
It
late.
is.
Sleuth is starting
No,
to fall
you know what?
asleep here.
My kids keep waking up, and so we're trying.
Kiddos. And that is part of the thing. I know in talking with Ebony, she's got children of her own.
Mm-hmm.
She had to answer to her son and ask him, help him process this. And he told her, it feels like I have this hole in me and I can't fill that hole. And which I thought was just so smart for it to come out of a child's mouth, because that's exactly, I think, what it is whenever you lose someone. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, well, thank you so much, Sleuth, for helping showing the video for us for tonight. And also, I didn't have to deal with that on my own tonight. So thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for covering this case, guys. She covered it on Monday pretty in depth as well. We heard from the family tonight. We are also going to, if we're going to keep following this one and keep bringing
We
her
need
up
to keep, yeah,
over
this
and
one's
over
going to
again.
keep coming. Yeah, you got it. We definitely will. So thank you so much, my dear. And all of you guys in chat, you rewound, and that's how the closed captioning spelled it. Oh, what are we looking at? And anyhow, I got to figure that one out. Anyhow, hope you guys have a great night. I am off to rehearsal in about 45 minutes, so I'm going to try to go reheat my dinner that I never ate and then get ready to, yeah, that makes sense. So love each and every one of you. Aloha, mahalo. Hope you guys are having a good Halloween. Oh my God, Tim, you're still in my head. Get out of my head now. No free rent in my
Throw
head.
tomatoes at you.
Yes, it's Christmas and that's it. So, see you guys later. Bye bye, mahalo.
Bye.
Bye.